Imagine this, a single idea, born in the mind of a boy, powerful enough to save an entire village. 3 seconds, that's all it takes for destiny to shift. Today, you're going to hear the story of a boy who refused to accept despair. A boy who built a machine with his bare hands, a machine that brought life back to dying land. Inspired by the real brilliance of Kamkwamba, this is a journey of courage, creativity, and unstoppable belief. Far away from the noise of big cities, far from technology, far from the luxuries the world takes for granted. There was a village where everything depended on one thing: rain. Seasons rose and fell with the sound of water. Crops flourished only when the skies opened. Families survived only when the fields stayed green. But one year, the rain simply didn't come. The sun burned hotter than ever. Rivers dried into dust. The soil cracked like shattered pottery. Hunger crept into homes like a silent visitor that refused to leave. People began selling belongings, livestock, anything that could buy even a little food. The fear wasn't spoken loudly, but everyone felt it. Famine stood at the doorstep, ready to consume everything. And that village lived a boy, not a prodigy, not a genius. Just a curious child with a mind that never stopped asking what if. He spent his days tinkering with scraps, studying how things moved, wondering how the world worked. While others saw trash, he saw possibility. While others accepted fate, he questioned it. Every night, as his family prayed for rain, the boy stared at the oil lamp and wondered if the world worked on luck or on courage. One day, when he walked past an old scrapyard, he picked up a rusted bicycle frame, a few wires, a bent piece of metal, and an idea sparked. If the wind never stops blowing, he thought, why can't we make it work for us? A simple thought. But simple thoughts can change the world. The village adults laughed when they saw him collecting junk. You think scrap can feed us? They scoffed. You think a boy can fix what nature has broken? But he ignored them. He didn't need approval, he needed answers. He found tattered books and diagrams. He traced circuits with his fingers. He rewound old radio wires until his fingertips were At first, nothing worked. A blade wouldn't turn. A wire wouldn't light a bulb. A wheel slipped clean off the wooden pole. Villagers shook their heads every time they passed him. Some pitied him. Others mocked him. But no one helped him. Still, he never stopped. When a person discovers real purpose, failure becomes fuel. The boy wrote in dirt because he had no paper. He carved measurements on wood with a broken nail. He tested, failed, retried, refined, and built again. Days went by, then weeks, then months. His clothes were dusty, his hands cut, his energy drained, yet his eyes stayed bright with determination. Slowly, the machine began to take shape. A tall wooden tower, a wheel of scrap metal, blades carved from old tin sheets, a chain from a bicycle, wires twisted into a small generator he built himself. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't perfect, but it was real, and it was his. The villagers didn't believe it until the wind hit the blades. The wheel turned, the wires trembled, and for the first time in months there was power. People gasped. Children screamed with excitement. Adults stood frozen in disbelief. But the boy wasn't finished. Light was only the beginning. His goal wasn't electricity, it was survival. It was water. He adapted the system, adjusted the gears, connected it to a hand pump that had dried years earlier. When the windmill caught a strong breeze, the pump groaned, shuddered, and finally water burst forth from the ground like a miracle. Water flowed through channels that had been dead. Fields that were gray turned dark with moisture. The soil softened, seeds were planted again. And hope, sweet, powerful, life-giving hope, returned to the village. Parents cried tears of relief. Children danced barefoot in the wet earth. Neighbors brought food to the boy's family, thanking them for raising the child who had saved them all. Overnight, the boy who once scavenged garbage became a hero, not because he was older, richer, or more privileged, because he believed in possibilities stronger than anyone else. His story spread beyond the village. People traveled for miles to see the windmill. Newspapers wrote about him. Scientists came to study his work. Even leaders from faraway nations heard of the boy who built hope out of scrap metal. And through it all, he remained humble. He said one thing over and over: "I just wanted to help my village," and that is the truth behind every great invention service. A desire to solve a problem that others are afraid to touch. A willingness to try even when you're told you're too young, too poor, too inexperienced, too small. This boy taught the world something powerful. You don't need perfect tools to build a perfect solution. You don't need to wait for permission to change lives. You only need courage, persistence, and belief. Every failure strengthened him. Every setback sharpened him. Every mistake taught him how to build better. And that's the message for you, right now. When life dries up around you, when the world says you can't, when you stand in the middle of your own drought, remember him. Remember the boy who built a machine that brought life back from the edge of disaster. Remember that greatness has no age, innovation has no boundaries, and courage has no limits. Your ideas matter, your creativity matters, your dreams matter. You never know your next attempt, your next experiment, your next moment of bravery might be the thing that saves not just you, but everyone around you. And if this story moved you, if it inspired you, if it lit even a small spark inside your heart, then don't let it end here. Like this video so more people can hear stories that ignite hope. Share it with someone who might be standing at the edge of giving up. And most importantly, subscribe to the channel so you never miss the stories that fuel ambition, courage, and innovation. Your support helps us tell more stories of real heroes, real dreamers, real change makers, and who knows, one day, the world may be telling your story next.